We can make two reflections. One is from the gospel, that this is in reference to the same question that they asked, Lord, how many will be saved? Only a few, or what? And it tells us here that for many, says, strive to enter through the narrow gate. For many, I tell you, will attempt to enter, but will not be strong enough. And you hear the many, and then you hear again about the many, and then the many. This is a clue to remind us that when we have the new missal, the Roman missal, you'll hear in the consecration that the Lord gives his body and blood for the many, which is a biblical term, and it reminds us that this is the biblical expression for the Lord dying. We know that he died for all, but it doesn't answer the question of the other part like he's doing it here. So consequently, when we hear it in the new translation and the new Roman missal, we'll be brought back to the scriptures, to many of these passages. Also, it avoids this kind of a mechanistic thing or automatic, that because Christ died on the cross, that therefore you don't have to do anything. And this is a typical Baptist temptation. You know, you were saved on such and such a day, and therefore everything after that doesn't matter. You can do whatever you want. You don't have to strive for holiness anymore. God already saved you. So again, that gives it fights that kind of a mechanistic and terrible temptation. Horrible, because it stops from the Spirit, the charity of Christ, to urge us on for holiness. It just put a stop to our growth as Christians. So you're having a smile there.
Years ago, one of the priests here in the diocese, I was the Amarillo diocese at that time, was talking about this very thing. And he said that with salvation we have to remember it's like we're in the bottom of a dry well. And on our own, we're never going to get out. Yes. So what happens in the Baptist or in many of the non-Catholic Christian denominations, they think God reaches down and pulls us up. What we say, or what we believe, is that yes, God reaches down, but we have to reach up. We have to do our part. And I think that's perhaps the simplest I ever heard it explained.
It's the same controversy we had Martin Luther, works and faith, works of faith. So here we are again. We're and of course the Lord always focusing, strive to enter through the narrow gate. For many, I tell you, will attempt to enter, but will not be strong enough. Obviously, salvation is not within our grasp. It is not we who save ourselves. We need someone to come from the outside to come and save us. And then we do have St. Paul, who as a mystic realizes that in our prayer, in order to be truly prayer, there is already the Spirit within us. And let the Spirit speak on our behalf. But the Spirit himself intercedes with inexpressible groanings. And are we in touch with that Spirit within us? Do we have sufficient belief in knowing that we are the temple of the Spirit and that He's already advocating for us and knows better what to ask for? And then just join Him. So here's St. Paul reminding us how to pray in Pope Benedict there for today's reflection, and you have it there. That also he's reminding us, if you want to learn how to pray, let the Spirit pray within you, but you have to be in touch with that Spirit. So it's right there if you want to read. Let us then continue with the Eucharist, so that we may discover how the Spirit always intercedes for us, and above all, intercedes here through the Eucharist. In the you can see the imposition of hands, the consecrating, the blessing of the bread and the wine. Let us then continue.